Find insight, guidance, and answers. Tune into Spirit with radio medium Laura Lee.
Laura Lee tuning into Spirit for my special guest caller, Miss Alicia. Welcome.
Hi, Laura.
Thanks for calling in, Alicia. Where are you calling from?
I'm in the Washington state.
I get a couple names, but I'm going to go with this one. I hear it like Charles and then sometimes use the nickname Chuck.
It does for somebody living.
For somebody living.
Mm-hmm.
And that is related, obviously, to your family.
Yes, a nephew.
And there's a namesake of his on the other side, correct?
I'm not positive. I think he has an uncle on his dad's side that was named Charlie.
Right. I also heard Charlie there too, but I'm just like, how many names can we have of the Charles? Well, interesting. Was there something to do with a blood transfusion? You know, someone not producing enough blood or had a surgery and needed the blood replaced. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
The only one I know that's had a blood transfusion is my mother, but...
And she's still here, honey?
Correct.
All right. So I feel like he's in the present, and I don't know if it makes sense because he wants to bring this discussion about, because he just wants to confirm and validate that he's watching over the situation, okay? Because he also shows me you having a rotation of kids coming through and by you and showing me you patching up their scratches and their cuts and bruises, and they're a little bit on the younger side. Does this make sense?
Yes.
And, you know, you're always trying to protect them. And there's a lot of them because you're doing a teaching. It's like you're schooling them from getting hurt all the time.
That is correct, yes.
All right. But your mom survived.
Right. It was years ago.
But you were there by her side doing the same thing. You're like busy trying to make sure everybody's taken care of like this. But, you know, his upbringing and how he would communicate, especially with the nephew and stuff, is like, let them fall and scrape their knees and their elbows. And it was okay for that to happen because that's how they learn. And there's someone right now in particular, and I feel it's associated to a girl, that you might be holding them back because you're trying to do this schooling, teaching thing about them not getting hurt. And you're kind of limiting their freedom.
Is it my own child?
I think so. Mm-hmm. There's a daughter?
I have 2 daughters.
Does this make sense?
I've never kept any of them from falling or getting hurt that I know of.
Well, it might be more than just falling and getting hurt. It could apply to something. I want to say something about a car.
Oh.
Yes. Is someone of driving age?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay. So he's honing in for me.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah, of course, right? So, you know, as far as this uncle is saying, it's just like, I get it as a mom. They can't get into an accident and learn from that. That's what we don't want to happen. But anyway, this kid needs you just to back off for them to flourish. And I guess that's the message there that he wants to impart. And I guess the nephew has had his share of mistakes.
Okay.
Is that a cousin?
It's a cousin to my child, yes. But they don't even really know each other because we're on 2 separate sides of the world.
But, well, speaking of which, he says there's a reunited connection with family over the holidays, but this is important because you guys are states away. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So that's just a confirmation to the message. And I know it was a long about way to get there.
And so the one that is talking to you is named Charlie or Charles?
Yeah, he told me
Okay.
there was a namesake of his here. And then, you know, Chuck was key too.
Okay.
Your nephew sometimes goes by Chuck, correct?
I think so, yes. I've never called him that, but I think friends do.
But he doesn't even go by Charles.
I think he was even Chaz at one time.
Chaz. That's cool. Like that one. Well, thank you for sharing your time with me, Alicia.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And if you'd like to call into the show, sign up at radiomediumlauralee.com. And thank you for subscribing to the show and sharing it. We appreciate you.